How can the entire world be in debt? And who is it supposed to pay? Global debt has now surpassed $315 trillion, almost 3 times the size of the world economy. Every nation is drowning in debt. Governments borrow more and more each day, and every crisis adds yet another layer to this expanding mountain. But what if I told you this is not a coincidence? What if the global economic system was designed to keep nations and people permanently indebted? In this documentary, we dive into the mysterious story of debt, the powers that built this system, and the invisible mechanisms that still guide the world according to a hidden plan. This is Beyond the Coin TV. Debt is not just money. Debt is a promise, a claim, a trap placed on your future labor, and the taxes you will pay. When a person takes on debt, they mortgage their future. When a company takes on debt, it mortgages its future profits. And when a nation takes on debt, it mortgages the economy of future generations. Debt is the most powerful and effective form of control, because it reaches into the future and chains it to today and tomorrow. Debt was not born on Wall Street, its roots reach far deeper. In the 1600s, kings could no longer fund wars with gold alone. They turned to merchants, and merchants turned into bankers. Thus, national debt was born. Armies marched not because kings commanded them, but because creditors could fund them. A new and powerful truth came to light. The one who controls the money controls the kingdom. Debt became a powerful and effective weapon, stronger than steel, because it allowed conquests without bloodshed. Let's fast forward to the 20th century. Central banks were established. The US dollar became the world's reserve currency, and nations discovered something extraordinary. It was now possible to borrow forever. How? Because governments don't repay debt the way people do. They take on new debt to pay old debt, a cycle with no end. This is called rolling debt, and it completely reshaped the global financial system. Today, governments borrow for budgets, infrastructure, social programs, wars, and sometimes only to pay the interest on previous debt. Debt became the engine of modern life, and this machine can no longer be stopped. So who actually owns this mountain of debt? The answer is surprising. The world is in debt to itself. But that doesn't mean the system is equal or fair. Behind the scenes, a small group holds enormous power. Megabanks, investment funds, pension funds, hedge funds, and sovereign wealth funds. By buying the debt of nations, these institutions gain direct influence over governments. In a world governed by debt, creditors have become the new kings. If debt keeps growing like a snowball, why hasn't the system collapsed? Because it was designed to grow even more. When debt increases, markets expand, money loses value, governments collect more taxes, and banks earn more profit. Debt is not the flaw we think it is. It is the fuel of the system. Crises don't destroy the system. They strengthen it. Every collapse becomes an opportunity for major institutions to grow even larger. This is the logic behind too big to fail. Debt is not only an economic force, it is a global ecosystem, and most people don't even realize they're trapped inside it. If governments get what they want, if banks profit, if markets grow even bigger, then who pays the price? Ordinary people, meaning us. Debt creates inflation, higher taxes, lower purchasing power, currency devaluation, and constant economic pressure. Poor nations can never escape the debt cycle, and the largest institutions keep gaining power. This is the true structure of the modern global system. In the end, Debt is not just a number, it is a system, a silent ruler shaping nations, families, and future generations. Empires rose because of it, empires fell because of it. And today, more than ever, debt stands at the center of global power. So only one question remains. Which one will you be? The one who pays the debt, or the one who writes it? This is Beyond the Coin TV, the story behind the numbers.